Welcome to Unit 10. What I want to talk about in this chapter is something called chords and triads. You've probably heard chords before. It's just when you play more than one note together, like this. But there's an important difference between chords and triads. A chord is a group of any notes, and officially it can be preceded by something like a trichord or a pentachord, which just indicates the number of notes. But a trichord, for example, has 3 notes, but it can be any 3 notes. It might be something pretty, like this, or it might be something not so pretty, like that. Same thing, a pentachord, of course, has 5 notes. It could be something really nice and pretty like that, or it could be something a little bit not so pretty. The kind of chord that we are specifically interested in is called a triad, and the triad is sort of the foundation of harmony as we know it. A triad is a specific kind of chord that has 3 notes, but more importantly is built by the interval of a third. So, for example, if we start on the note C here, then we would build a triad by going up a third from C, which of course is E, and going up another third to G. Starting on any pitch, you're going to follow the same procedure. If we start on F, then go up a third from F, go to A, another third, you go to C, and you build a triad here. You might also have a triad starting on B, go up a third, you get to D, up a third, and you would get to F. Now, you might notice just by looking at it then that this is a good visual reference. To build a triad, we have either all spaces or all lines. And that's true, and that's specifically for building triads in what we call root position. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the next lesson. But that is a good visual reference of either all lines or all spaces. Now, the important thing to realize is that there are different kinds of triads, and we're going to talk about a couple of them in this unit, but you always are building in the interval of a third no matter what kind of triad you have. For example, in this first one we built, we had C, E, and G. Now, remember in intervals, we said that from C to E is a third, but we also said that C to E flat is a third, and C to E sharp is a third. As long as you have that letter of an E, then it's always a third. It's kind of the same way with chords. With a triad, we have C, E, and G. Now, you might have C, E flat, and G. You would have C, E flat, and G sharp. And any combination of these 3 notes is going to be a triad of some kind. So, for this lesson, get some practice building those triads, and then in the next couple lessons I'm going to talk about some specific kinds of triads, which you might remember from the intervals. They're called qualities of triads. Alright? So I'll see you in the next lesson in just a moment.